greatest value in life is this. Make a note. Living a good life.
Have you ever experienced uncontrollable fear? Phobias are a common health problem by evidence to the millions of books sold each year to people who are trying to overcome these fears. I call them personal demons. These demons have come many times in my life. In fact, most of my biggest accomplishments were things that I was definitely afraid of at first, but I did them anyways. I conquered those demons. One particular demon that I remember that haunted me for a long time was my fear of heights. I mean, my legs would start shaking whenever I was in a high place or a balcony. And I don't know where this came from, but the night before I took an airplane, I could hardly even sleep. And I still don't understand how something so heavy can stay up in the air. This fear affected my relationships with my family and friends. Since I would keep it a secret, I would just avoid doing anything that had to do with heights. I'm going to share my story on how I conquered my fear of heights by charging ahead and meeting them head on. If you guys ever get a chance to face your fears, you have to take it. January 10th, 2005, Acapulco, Mexico. I was on vacation. I'm walking down the street. A friend tells me, "Hey, look, bungee jumping." As I turn around, I see this huge sign that says, "Paradise Bungee, Acapulco." I'm trying not to look scared, but on the inside, I'm terrified. Even my legs start shaking right there on the street. There's no better way than bungee jumping to conquer your fear of heights. So I decided to take on this demon. As I'm going up the elevator, I'm looking down below, and the people are looking smaller and smaller and smaller till they look like little ants. I'm starting to get really afraid at this point. It's so easy to turn back and retreat. By the time I got to the top of the elevator, I was already trying to make my way down the elevator. As I took a few steps toward the door, something stopped me. I thought to myself, I'm going to remember this moment for the rest of my life. And for the rest of my life, I'm going to remember myself going down the elevator scared. I was not prepared to live with that. And that was my reason why. My why was stronger than my demon. So as I stood there, the guy's putting on the straps. By the way, Mexico is not the best place to do this. Everything was old and loose. The guy's wrapping around a towel around my legs as straps. And I asked him in Spanish, "Is any of this stuff certified?" He tells me, "This is Mexico, senor. We don't need certified." I still remember the smell of hardcore alcohol coming from his breath. I remember thinking to myself, none of this would be legal in Canada. As I stood up on the plank, the guy tells me, "Don't look down." Of course I looked down. Whoa! I was high, about 165 feet up in the air, on a huge crane on the beach. I started to get faint. I remember my breathing getting faster and faster. My legs started shaking. I remember the weight of the harness and the bungee alone was pulling me forward. Not to mention this guy was pushing me from the back. I've never been so afraid in my life. I just let myself fall. As the ground got closer and closer and closer and closer, it was over just like that. I felt a huge rush of adrenaline through my body. It was the most eye-opening experience in my life. I'm proud I didn't go down the elevator that day. I encourage all of you to take on your personal demons, to feel the fear and do it anyways. I conquered my demon that day. I discovered that if you have a strong enough why, you can conquer any fear by charging ahead and meeting it head on. Now, I can go on scary rides with my kids and not be so afraid of heights. I challenge all of you to face your demons, to feel the fear and do it anyways. Now for me, the next is skydiving. Who's in?
The greatest value in life is this. Make a note. Living a good life.